Welcome to Showtime 49. Welcome to Showtime 49.
What's good, y'all? Appreciate y'all for stopping through, coming back and rocking with your boy. As we just seen, the Niners pulled off what they should have did. They destroyed the Patriots today. They kind of whooped them dang near on all levels, except for special teams. But we gonna get into that. What we seen today from the Niners is what we're normally used to seeing. Will I say that we're back? I don't know about saying that because the Patriots, they are at the bottom of the league as far as offensive production, all this stuff. But it was nice to see because last week in that terrible loss to the Rams, our defense showed that they weren't the same. They weren't clicking, things weren't looking the greatest. But this week, they did what they were supposed to do, which was completely dominate them. They stopped a good running game, from the D line all the way back. We did some things. We got Yedem out the game. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that we got him out. And Brandon Ayuk is still he's just not 120 million right now. I'm still got a little bit more hope for Brandon, but after that first drive, I ain't really see nothing else really out of him. He only had a couple catches. I mean, he's still been pretty much non-existent in our offense. And that's not gonna cut it when we play better teams. As everyone saw, the Patriots suck. They absolutely suck. And it was pretty obvious that we were the better team. But what I'm trying to say here is that when we play these bad teams, we're supposed to dominate. That's exactly what we saw. So that is good because we did what we're supposed to do instead of having a letdown or playing on the level of the team that we're clearly better than. Again, i.e., last week against the Rams. We are better than them, but we didn't show that. And we gave up a game that we should have had. This week, we forced turnovers. We sacked Jacoby Brissett 6 times. Nick Bosa was just hoping to. Nick Bosa played his tail off today. Oh my goodness! Not to say he don't be playing his behind off all the time, but today he was all over Jacoby Brissett, and he finally got his strip sack, which was well deserved. He should have had more sacks than it was because Jacoby somehow kept getting the ball away when Nick Bosa was trying to get her. But the Niners did what they're supposed to do today. On defense, they did their job. It was nice to see. The game was still exciting, but it got a little dicey down there towards the end. When Brock Purdy threw the pick, we were only up 2 scores at the time. But, we still did what we are supposed to do. The defense came through and did that. But if we were playing a better team, who knows what would have happened? And that's what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on these easy wins, these things that we're supposed to do all the time. I'm looking at the other talent around this NFL and who we might possibly have to face and the teams that we are facing on our schedule coming up. Now we have Arizona next week and they got their behinds thrashed today by the Commanders. If the Cardinals play like that next week, we're going to destroy them as well. As we should. As we should. And are we missing key pieces? Absolutely. But so far, it just doesn't feel like we're the Niners that we know yet. Like where we're dominant no matter who we play. Where how we're going to play all game and what we bring. And there's going to have to be some spectacular plays and some things to go your way to beat us. I don't feel that yet. And it's still early. We're 2-2. No one expected that, but we are. We're 2-2. And we just beat a pretty bad team. Now, I'm having a real big issue with Brandon Ayuk right now. I got to get back to it because not only did he forget the money, forget the contract, his play on the field. What has to happen in order for Brandon Ayuk to be back to who he is? He's not creating the separation that he normally takes. He was kind of getting locked up today, and he hasn't been his normal self. He made a couple good plays. I don't get me wrong. He did make a couple good plays. He had that one diving catch that was great. That was reviewed. That was great and all, but he has 0 touchdowns this year. It's been 4 games. Our leading receiver is Jawan Jennings. When has that ever been the case? I'm super happy for Jawan, but he shouldn't be our main option right now. We have someone named Brandon Ayuk that's supposed to be our main option right now, and then Jennings supposed to be the supporting cast for that. Got George Kittle, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But in order for us to be real competitive against teams that matter, we're going to need Brandon Ayuk to step up. We're going to need Brandon Ayuk to play the way that we're used to seeing him play, not regress. Like, does anyone see that every time it's a contract year with all these holdouts and all the stuff, all of a sudden, no one plays the same? Don't you want a Super Bowl? Don't you want to bring that sixth Lombardi back to us that we haven't seen since that 94 season? Don't you want that? Where's the effort and the fight for that? You know who I'm seeing that out of? I'm seeing that out of Brock Purdy. But guess what? It's the contract year. I don't believe Brock Purdy's that kind of person who's just going to fall off like that, because he's actually a really good quarterback. He is really smart. He is really accurate. And he played his behind off again today. And he takes chances. Yes, sometimes chances don't work out for you. But in order to make it all the way to the dance like we're used to seeing at this point, you got to take chances. And then things work in your favor. Everybody says it's a little bit of luck and all that kind of stuff that works your way. You got to get blessed in order for that to get there. And Brock Purdy has been showing me that he's about that. Brock Purdy looks like he wants to win, cool, calm, and collected, throwing dots all over the field. People questioning arm strength. He was out there throwing bombs. Y'all seen that pass to Jawan Jennings? Oh my goodness. That pass to Jawan Jennings was incredible. The snag, the catch by Jawan. Mm. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Jawan this year. I just wish I was seeing the same exact thing, if not better, from Brandon Ayuk. George Kittle is still George Kittle. He's making amazing blocks. He's doing what he can do. And then he catches incredible passes. I mean, every year it feels like there's at least 1 or 2 catches all year that George Kittle does that's something amazing. Like catching it over 2 guys, catching it over 3 guys in the back of the end zone. I mean, what else can you say about George Kittle? He's a great guy. He's a great dude. We need him on this team. The way he blocks is totally different from anyone else that's in that position. He's one of a kind and special, and you don't see that too often from tight ends that are that dedicated. If not, he might like blocking more than doing the rest of his tight end duties. Because the way he gets fired up about it, some people do it just because they know they have to do it to get the ball, especially in this Kyle Shanahan system. But a lot only do it just because it's just the play that's called, but they'd rather be catching their 6, 7, 8 passes a game trying to get 100 yards receiving. They would rather do that. Not George Kittle. George Kittle says, I want to block. I'm trying to put my hat on another hat, put my hands in somebody else's chest, and watch them not make no ground on me, and watch my running back, my wide receiver, my quarterback, anybody run past me and get through this hole, because that is who George Kittle is. And he wants that for himself. And that is great for us as a team and as a unit. We still got some issues, though. That special teams. That special teams is a problem. Now, y'all all saw right out of halftime, we get the fumble right out the gate. We just can't have stuff like that. We are too scarred from muffed punts and kick returns, and we are too scarred from that. That has to be like the cardinal rule for us. If you drop it, it's over, bro. You never getting a chance again. And our special teams suck. They suck. They suck. Man, we need to do something about that. Ooh. But when you got a defense like we have and players like all pro Fred Warner, come on, man. He set the tone today. He came out here and said, yes, our defense has not been living up to standard. Let me show y'all what it's supposed to be like. And guess what he did? Came out there flying all over the field, a pick six to the house. Come on, man. Now I'm playing against Fred Warner on my fantasy shoot and Jordan Mason. And they just ripped me to shreds because Jordan Mason have over 123, 124 yards rushing, a touchdown, breaking the most tackles in the league right now, just doing what he's supposed to do. And I love to see it because it's always team over fantasy. But man, Fred Warner is an all pro and he's on pace to be in Defensive Player of the Year this year. And there should be no question about it. Fred Warner should 100% absolutely be the front runner. Dang near right now, unanimous to be the Defensive Player of the Year. Because what he's doing on that field and the way he's changing games, nobody else compares right now. And we just better be happy he's on our team. We need to get healthy and play the 49er brand of defensive football. Because honestly, right now, I feel like our offense is what's carrying us. Now, not this game. They showed what they were supposed to do this game. They did, but they were supposed to. And that's good. They lived up to their standard and did what they were supposed to do today. But my concern is the better team. When we play the better teams, how are we going to respond? We don't know. There's still a lot to be seen. 4 weeks out the way. We got some opponents coming up that I feel like we should win. But when this road start getting a little tough, I'm hoping that we got it together and we find out what our true identity is this year and we can see it on full display consistently. That's the thing. Are we going to be consistent? Who knows? But I got faith in my guys. Great win this week. Great overall showing. The game was plenty entertaining. And I hope next week that we come out here and play even better. I hope we shut Kyler Murray and those boys all the way down, get this much needed division win. Because we lost one already to the Rams. And they lost to the Bears today. Who would have thought after 4 weeks we'd have the same record as the Chicago Bears? Mm-mm. But it's cool. Good thing it's early and not later. Let's do what we got to do, y'all. Like, again, I appreciate y'all for coming through and rocking with me. I appreciate all the subscribers. I appreciate all the views, all the likes. I pray that y'all continue to do that for me because I'm going to always be here rocking with y'all forever because I'm a Niner fan for life. And I know y'all are too. But until then, I'm going to holla at y'all on the next one. God bless.